start again. It's a rich thing.
Okay, bestie, so you've fallen into the sparkly, chaotic, emotionally intense world of K-pop. First of all, welcome. Second of all, I hope you have water, a playlist, and maybe a therapy on standby because it is about to get intense. Okay, so I'm Nomia. I should have started with that, but anyways, it is what it is. So in this video, I'll be giving you guys the beginner's guide to K-pop. The fun facts, the tips, and advice no one is willing to give you until it's too late. Let's go. Okay, so K-pop in general is Korean pop music, right? But it is way more than that. But it's actually more like a genre-hopping, multi-sensory experience. You got rap, R&B, pop, EDM, pop rock, all rolled into performances so sharp they make your spine straighten. It is not just music, okay? It is not just music, okay? It is visuals, storyline, choreography, fashion, eras, full cinematic universe, novel, but everyone is hot and they can sing. Okay, so the K-pop groups usually have about 4 to 13 members, and most of the group members also have positions. Okay, so I know, before y'all come for me, I know that some of the newer groups don't have positions, but of the groups that do have positions, there is the leader, the main vocalist, the main rapper, the sub vocalist, the sub rappers, and then the main dancer. The list goes on and on like that. Okay, yeah. So I did write some of these things down because I tend to forget and I don't want to miss a lot of things. So I will try and read some points and then elaborate a bit on them again. So most groups train for years before debuting, like full-time jobs at the age of 14. I've heard that recently there are even younger trainees, which is a shocker to me, man. I get that these kids have dreams and all that, but I feel like the parents shouldn't be allowing them to train at such a very young age because the training is gruesome. It is not good for their mental health and it's quite draining as well from what I've heard. So personally, I don't endorse, not that they care about my opinion for these young trainees, but yeah, it is what it is. And then there's the light sticks. Okay, they aren't just cute, they are custom made for each group. Each group has its own different light stick, its own different design. Okay, and they sync with concerts, yo, imagine that. Okay, so some albums come with photo cards. I think it's all albums at this point. They come with photo cards, right? Physical albums, obviously. Which is like an extra currency in fandoms. Okay, be careful because some more trade. I have this picture, I want that one, let's trade. But be careful because strangers out there. So trade at your own risk. Okay, and then there are also survival shows that literally create the groups, through voting and all of that, through public votes. Yeah, there are actual survival shows. So if you are interested in that, look for it. Okay, so it's like X Factor but with tears and glitter and better fashion. Okay, every comeback, which is I don't know the word that they use when it comes to K-pop releases. A comeback is a new release. If there's a new song that they're releasing, a new album, a new EP, they call it comebacks, right? So every comeback comes with a full concept. One day they are all sunshine. One day they're all sunshine, all cute, and then the next comeback it's all leather and eyeliner. No warning, it's just boom, all different concept. So beware of that because there's never a warning, just vibes. But it's so good because you never really know what to expect, so it kind of keeps the fire burning, you get me? Yeah. Okay, so don't choose your buyers on the first day. Well, you could, but then there's like a very high possibility that it is going to change. Okay, so you'll be like, okay, you know what, the main rep has my heart, he's my favorite, and then all of a sudden the dancer does something, and then you're like, what the hell, what's this? And then your whole life shifts. Okay, sometimes like with me, it wasn't a matter of like seeing them, their performances and whatnot. It was like, you know, those variety shows that they be doing. Like with me, it was like with BTS, right? It was with band BTS. That's why I like see the personalities. I don't know if they're crafted, but like me, I want to believe that's the real personalities. Okay, and then you see that, then you're like, you know what? I kind of like you more. Or you're like, wait, you know. So don't use your bias on the first day, because it's very likely that that person that, you know, caught your eye on the first day will not be the one that will be your bias throughout, you know, the rest of your new relationship. You say that. So, okay, tip number 2. That's tip number 1. Okay, don't choose a bias on it. Tip 2, set a budget early. Well, for me, there was no need for a budget because I'm broke. But if you do know that you have plenty of access to funds, you need to set a budget early. Okay, because K-pop is like a whole luxury sport. There's albums, there's merch, there's concert, there's light sticks, there's photo cards, and it's all expensive. Like if you live, I don't know, where they don't have the albums in like stores, like with me, I'm in South Africa, it's just Africa, right? The shipping to buy an album is even more expensive than the actual cost of the said album. Okay, so if you know you have access to funds, you need to set your budget, because you're gonna be broke, you're gonna be like me. So you need to have a budget, because those things are expensive. And if you are like a multi-star, like you support a lot of groups, there's always like comebacks, so you're gonna be spending a lot. All right, so beware of that. I mean, it's all fun and games until you empty your card and you broke, so be careful. Tip number 3, let's learn the lingo. Okay, it's quite easy. I wrote some down, the basic ones. I'm sure hopefully some people will also help in the comments. Okay, so there's bias, which I have been saying is like your favorite, the one that you're like, okay, you know, like your ultimate favorite in the group, like your number 1. I don't know, like the one you, I don't know how to put it. You know how parents be like, I don't have a favorite child, but then, you know, they do, you know, that one. Yes. And then a stan is like a hardcore fan. Like there's a fan and then there's a stan. By a stan, I mean like someone who keeps up to date. I'm not saying stalk, but you like keep up to date with like the releases, their social media. Well, some have like personal social media and all that, you know, like you keep up to date with like all their content. Yes, well, some have the merch as well. I don't, but like I'm still a stan, don't judge me. Okay, yes. And then there's comeback, which I already said, it is like a new release, whether album, song, EP, whatever, that's a comeback, right? And then there's the fan chat, the fan chant. Yes, and that is screaming on the beat to the members' names. Like with BTS, there's the it's Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, you know, that one. Yes, that's a fan chant. It is so fun. I want to experience it myself, you know, like in the crowd, singing with all the fans. It just seems fun. It just brings the energy to the whole concert. Okay, it brings the togetherness. Okay, and then there's the maknae. The maknae is the youngest of the group. Okay, that's what they call the youngest is called the maknae. And then the last one that I have here is called Esasing. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but that is the red flag. I do not even consider these people a fan. They are stalkers in general. Like, I don't know, man. They are bad. Don't become one. Don't associate yourself with one. Esasings do not respect the idols. They basically don't see them as people, actually, because they have no respect for their privacy. So, yeah. But I just gotta take sorry for that. So yes, saying spoke all about it. You'll see. Don't associate yourself with those people. Don't become them. Respect your idols. Respect their privacy. They are people too. Okay, they're not just singers that are there for your entertainment. Respect them. All right. And then the last tip that I have here, tip number 4: don't be afraid to ask questions. Okay. the whole K-pop community is very friendly. I mean, not the whole, excuse me for that. Okay, it can be sweet or scary depending on the day, okay, and also depending on the fandom and the type of people that you approach. Okay, so but you will always find fans that are willing to help you learn, to help you find the experience, I don't know, to make the experience more enjoyable. There are always those that are willing to help. Okay, so just avoid the fan wars. Don't engage in the fan wars. I don't know what's happening with my voice. Don't engage in the fan wars. Personally, I try my best to avoid them because I don't get the point. Let's just all agree to disagree. If you think your favorite group is the best, I think mine is the best. Let's agree to disagree and just enjoy the good music that these people are, releasing. That's it. I don't see a need for fan wars, but anyways, yes, avoid those. Unless you are emotionally built like a freaking tank, then maybe you can fight. Personally, I prefer to stay out. Okay. So yes, don't be afraid to ask. Like when I first got into K-pop, I had like a very really nice community. Like for me, the armies that I met when I got into this whole K-pop, community, they are very friendly. They like literally held my hand and guided me throughout the whole process. And I was with the friends that I was like in this group chat where it was a whole lot of international armies from like all over the world. I'm in South Africa, there was ones from Nigeria, from Congo, from America, from Germany. Like it was a whole international space, which was so good. And another thing that I like, it wasn't all we only listen to BTS music. No, it was not like that. It was like a whole K-pop community. Actually, there were like 80s fans, 17 fans, supporting all the groups. Like if there's a comeback from, we'll discuss. It's a nice community. Okay, so sometimes you will find a very nice community. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but shit, I am talking too much. So look, there is no right way to be a fan. Whether you only listen to BTS or 80s or Blackpink, or whether you are deep into the NCT unit theories, you belong here. Okay, don't let nobody tell you you belong here because you support a specific group. No. Okay, so don't let anyone tell you you're too old, too new, or not Korean enough to enjoy K-pop. That is, come on now. And you know what? Music is universal. Vibes are global. Don't let nobody tell you what you can or cannot enjoy. Find what makes you feel good. Maybe you stand the music, maybe the choreography, the visuals, the fandom vibes, whatever it is, you are allowed to enjoy it loudly, proudly, and in your own way. Because in my experience, whenever I am to express that I'm a fan of K-pop, or like when they see I used to have, well, I still have posters like of the BTS members and K-dramas and all that. People are like, oh, you listen to K-pop? Yeah, I listen to K-pop. What's wrong with listening to K-pop? I don't get why people are so judgmental about that. So yes, enjoy it and enjoy it loudly without shame, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. Okay, so yes, that is the advice I will be giving you for now. All right, newbie, welcome to the club. All right, newbie, welcome to the club. Your sleep schedule is doomed. Your playlist is about to become doubled. And yes, you will cry over a 3-second clip, because a 3-second fan cam clip, because that's what we do. It's fine. We all do it. Come on now. Okay, so let me know in the comments who your first K-pop group was, or let me know in the comments who your first K-pop group was, or still obsessed with. Who's your bias? What made you join K-pop? What sticks out to you? What has your experience been like so far? And by the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with a new K-pop newbie who still trying to find the vibe. You get me? Okay, stand responsibly, stream epically, and hydrate. Always hydrate. Till next time. Bye.